instantly gone, bro. Holy shit. Hey everyone, it's Spade. Now I know Kafka already had a rerun and Black Swan just finished the first banner, but Nihility, it's so hard saying that word, bro. Anyway, so Nihility isn't just DOTs. You know, you have Acheron. I think you should pull for her. And dude, she f***ing one-shots them. Like, that's crazy. Now, Nihility is my favorite path. So today, I'm gonna be trying to convince y'all in why I think Nihility is the best path. And why you should start investing in it. I mean, just look at these characters, man. Like, we have a lot of stunning character designs. We have some vibrant and fun personalities.
And they were like, ah! and Sushong was like, eek! And then she fell over.
We even have a Gen Z iPad kid. And then we have Sampo.
Me?
And of course, the great kids. Now, they are split into three main parts: DOTs, debuffers, and main damage dealers. Now, some of them blend in between, but I'll be discussing this topic further on. Now, damage over time is similar in the way Pokemon works, where you're able to inflict a status to your enemies, such as burn or even static. Now, damage over time is backloaded damage because it ramps up and then it explodes in your face. Anyway, so you won't be seeing those big PP numbers that the hyper carries can do right off the bat. But oh my god, is it worth it to be blinded by the sea of rainbow numbers? All right, here.
Never time to say bye.
Right, let's see this number, bro.
Boom.
Now, there's also break dots. Now, each dot has their own multiplier for breaking, physical being the highest one, which makes Luca not just the best dot breaker in the game, but the best character in general for breaking shields. Now, for those who aren't sure if you can clear MOC with DOT, you most certainly can. As you can see here with my Kafka and Black Swan team, I am zero cycling. But you don't really need those characters. We have Sampo in the monthly shop. We also had him, Gunaifen, and Luca be free in the events that we had. And I'm sure they're also in the next one. So you can pick them. Now, in regards to Simulated Universe, a healer, bro. You don't need one. You don't need one. So, because there's this DOT healing blessing.
Yeah, boy.
That allows you to heal through damage over time whenever the enemy makes a move. And since they take dots left and right, you're always constantly healing. I said that it's the same thing. I said always and constantly. Anyway, there's also this trend going on where simulated universe buffs turn into characters. Our latest example being Ron May with the Nihility, right? Nihility blessing of increasing weakness break efficiency. So who knows, man? Like, maybe we can see a healing dot unit in the future. I don't know. Now, we do have a preservation light cone that actually applies DOT to an enemy, and that is Trend of the Universal Market. Hi, Topaz. Now, at S5, it increases the wearer's defense by 32%. That's really good. When the wearer is attacked, there is a 120% base chance to burn the enemy, and that's what we're looking for. For each turn, the wearer deals DOT that is equal to 80% of the wearer's defense for 2 turns. Now, most preservation units scale off defense. What about Fu Xuan? Because she scales off HP. Does it still work on her? The answer is yes, because the amount of HP that it's giving you is the same as other 5-star light cones, except her signature, of course. Now, you can just slap this onto any preservation unit, and now they are a DOT unit. Now, we also have a relic set that is specifically tailored for DOT units, and that is Prisoner in Deep Confinement. Personally, I think it is one of the best relics in the game, and I'll get into that in a minute. Now, not only does it look really cool, the 2-piece effect is universal. DOT units scale of attack, but other units that scale of attack and would like to use a 2-piece can use this set. Now, the 4-piece is where it gets juicy. For every dot the target enemy is afflicted with, The wearer will ignore 6% of its defense when dealing damage to it. This effect is valid for a max of 3 dots. In summary, you get 3 stacks, so 18% defense ignore. Now, in my opinion, it is easier to get this condition compared to Genius of Brilliant Stars because not every enemy is weak to Quantum. Now, if you want to implant Quantum, you're going to have to use Silver Wolf. Minimally, you'd be running 2 DOT units in the same team, so you get 12% defense ignore. But for characters such as Kafka and Black Swan that have their signatures that also apply a DOT unit to the enemy, both of them will get max stacks. Now, if you slap on their light cones to other units, they will also get max stats. Now, that is one of the reasons why I think it's the best in the game. The other one is the cavern is farming efficient. Now, everybody has a free doctor ratio, right? Until the end of 2.1. And I highly suggest you start investing in him because he is one of the best in the game. Now, when you farm that cavern, you can slap a 2-piece of this set and a 2-piece of the follow-up set. And now you have a full set for doctor ratio. So yeah, that's why I think it is one of the best in the game.
Whatever. Let's get this over with. The Antimatter Legion? Interesting. Let's see. Just a couple of...
Debuffers are characters that weaken your enemy. You know, comparing them to Harmony characters, eventually their buffs will give out eventually their buffs are gonna have some diminishing returns. But with debuffs, you can just throw as many of them as you want on the enemy. Doesn't matter. Except for defense debuffs, I think it caps at minus 100%. So in that case, now you're doing true damage to the enemy. We also have Nihility light cones that apply debuffs to the enemy. Namely, Patience is All You Need, Incessant Rain, and Resolution shines as Pearls of Sweat. This one is obviously the easiest to get. At S5, when the wearer hits an enemy and if that hit enemy is not already ensnared, then there is a 100 base chance to ensnare the hit enemy. Ensnared enemy's defense decreases by 16% for 1 turn. Now, this is really good, especially if you like slap this on Pela. Even more defense shred. So, it is very good that you have this light cone. Alright, moving on. According to my dreams, Acheron... Alright, now we officially have a dedicated damage dealer for Nihility. Sorry, well, in Welt's case, he's a bit different. Like, he can be a damage dealer, but I feel like he also blends into the debuffer category of Nihility. He can do both. And that's why I stated earlier that some of these characters are like hybrids. They blend in with different categories in Nihility, different roles. For example, like Black Swan. She is a dot unit, but she's also a debuffer because her kit allows her to shred defense on enemies. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe and hit notifications so that you're able to get notifications when I upload the next video. Of course. I hope I was able to convince y'all to start investing in Nihility because honestly, it's such an amazing path. It does so many things and the characters are just great in general. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one.